This is some more two-voice practice. It'll be about 120 words per minute. For the record, Ms. Sutherland, my name is Henry Barton. I'm an attorney representing Highland Well Services in an action which has been brought against Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana. I'm going to ask you some questions today relative to that lawsuit. If I should ask you a question that you do not understand, please inform me of that and I will rephrase the question. I'd also like you to answer in a yes or no fashion. She will try to take down a nod as an affirmative nod or a negative nod, but sometimes there's some question. So please answer yes or no. Can you please go ahead and state your full name and address for the record?
Patsy H. Sutherland, 519 Arnold Avenue, River Ridge, Louisiana.
Who are you employed by?
Thompson and Rogers, Incorporated.
Now, the defendant in this lawsuit is Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, Inc. Is that corporation distinguished from Thompson and Rogers, Inc., who employs you?
I don't know.
Are you certain that you're employed by Thompson and Rogers, Inc., as opposed to Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, Inc.?
No.
What is the relationship between Thompson and Rogers, Inc. and Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, Inc.?
Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, Inc. is obviously the brokerage located here in Louisiana.
Throughout the areas in which Thompson and Rogers operates in the United States, is it their custom to have a local company, for example, Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, or Thompson and Rogers of Texas in the various areas where they undertake brokerage operations?
I don't really know.
Have you ever heard of Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana, Inc. before today?
Yes.
Can you tell me in what context you've heard of that entity?
That's what our office here is called.
Do you know whether that's an operating division or whether it's a standalone corporate entity?
No.
For the purpose of this deposition, I'm just going to refer to Thompson and Rogers. From your testimony, you really don't appreciate any distinction between Thompson and Rogers of Louisiana and Thompson and Rogers, Inc. Is that correct?
I'm certain there's a distinction.
But you don't know what that distinction is?
No.
For the record, I'll just refer to Thompson and Rogers throughout this deposition. If there is a time, though, when I would ask that question and your answer would call for something different than what you do in this office, please let me know.
Okay.
How long have you worked for Thompson and Rogers?
Almost 24 years.
Can you relate to me the various jobs or positions that you've had with them in that 24 years?
I joined Thompson and Rogers August 2nd, 1964. I worked as a secretary. I worked in the Personnel Client Services Division. I've worked with account managers and account representatives.
Let's go through them a little more slowly, if you wouldn't mind, please. You worked initially as a secretary?
Yes.
How long did you work as a secretary for Thompson and Rogers?
I don't recall.
All right. Then you said you worked for Personal Client Services?
Correct.
Should I refer to that as a division or group? How do you look at it up here?
It is more or less like a department or an area or type of coverage.
What kind of coverages would be included within the personal client services department?
Homeowners and automobile.
So you would be basically providing insurance coverages to individuals distinguished from corporations.
Correct.
All right. And then I think you said you were an account representative.
I worked with commercial accounts and with account executives.
You may have already answered this, but I don't have my notes down. How long did you work with the personal client services department?
I don't recall. It was a short time.
Then you worked with commercial accounts and account executives? Is that your testimony?
Yes,
What did you do for that group? What did you do for them?
I was assimilating information, handling correspondence, invoicing.
Am I correct that you worked for account executives who were in turn working commercial accounts? Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
Then you said you assimilated information as part of that function. What kind of information generally would you assimilate?
Vessel schedules, values, lists of automobiles, list of properties.
You were getting this information from your clients or prospective clients, is that right?
It was probably from files or from the account executives.
What was the purpose of your seeking this information?
It may have been for updating policy records or company records. It was quite a long time ago.
You know a lot more about insurance than I'll ever know, and certainly a lot more about brokerage than I'm sure I'll know or want to know. I'm trying to just understand what purpose is served in the business that you do in the assimilation of this information you just described for me.
I'm not sure how to answer your question.